Okay, so let's officially start. I'm sure some people just joined. So hello everyone. This is Jack Jendo and Jennifer Jane Young. We're doing this every week to help entrepreneurs and small and medium enterprise owners to learn the secrets of entrepreneurship. I mean, from when we work with like hundreds of entrepreneurs, we kind of create an idea about what is really working and why are we doing things, not just how to do things.
Right.
Um, so yeah, this is why we're doing actually this live every week. Whenever you have any question or idea, please share it with us. It's not like we have all the topics predefined. We're just trying to find what the community wants and going from there. So please feel free to share any topic that you feel you're struggling with at your work or business. Yeah. So hi again, Jennifer. If you need to mention something about why we're doing this, would be great.
Yeah. Thanks, Jack. Well, I think it's the same for, well, one is I've been wanting to partner with you for a really long time because we have very similar values in terms of how we do business. Um, and I think I'm frozen a little bit here. And I think we both really love to give out as much value as possible. And we both really believe in like not letting fear or uncertainty keeping us stuck, right? So we want to see people taking action. We want to see people trying things. We want to see people taking some risks. And so yeah, we're just trying to kind of dig into topics every week that we are hearing from our community are areas of struggle. And essentially, like you just said, anyone who's on the live, if there's something that's making you feel stuck, just let us know in the comments because we choose kind of a different topic every week.
Hmm.
So yeah, and I think lead generation is a really big topic to unpack. Um, I'm curious, Jack, do you remember what your first lead gen thing was?
Hmm. Yeah. I'm so excited to share it, by the way. But before going there,
Yeah,
a few days ago, I was talking to a group of entrepreneurs to talk about this part exactly. It was a closed meeting,
yeah,
but it was amazing. Like I had this idea. Okay, why after 5 or 10 years doing business, we don't think about the same thing that worked in the beginning? So I was thinking, yeah, you can actually it can grow your business when you reach out to your friends or connections or the clients that you already have and tell them that, okay, I'm now expanding my business. I have more capacity. If you know someone, in a way to open discussion, I mean, networking and positive discussion and mutual interest is amazing always, not just to ask people for something. But I remember the first thing that I did, it was emails actually that I sent to
okay,
businesses that I knew. I was freelancing before. And yeah, I just mentioned that I am starting my own business and I have my team and we are a creative team. We're doing our best. And I focus on the value that we would able to provide because we are a small business.
yeah,
When you are a big business or a large enterprise, you don't take care of the details. You don't like the client doesn't feel that you are like really trying to help. It's more
right,
about like you're just doing business because it's an employee working in the company and trying to achieve more sales and so on. But for me, it was like a life or death matter. It was like I want to make you succeed. This is
yeah,
I'm counting on that. So this passion actually, I still remember that feeling that yeah, it's like you need to make it happen. And
yeah,
sometimes you don't sleep just because you're trying to find out. And the email actually was was amazing because you know it's there. You can follow up. You can call and say like I sent you an email. And I'm not talking about that just doing. I never did like the, cold calls or cold emails, although you can do that. But I wasn't into this. I just sent emails that can talk about the problems of the companies that I was sending an email to. Of course, I didn't have the knowledge I have today. That was 12 years ago. Um, but it was like I'm proud of me. If I go back in time, I still do it again in the same way. Although, not to mention that social media was not there in business; it was just for personal use. And
Yeah.
SEO and all these stuff, they were not there. It was kind of like email was the best thing. But guess what? It's still the higher rate of getting leads when you start email marketing. Yeah. What about you?
I I feel like because when I started as an entrepreneur, I was a yoga teacher actually. So I think the first lead gen things I created were like little recorded meditations or little like mini yoga sessions
Mm-hmm.
um, that people could get by signing up to an email list as well. And then I also I started my podcast quite early. And so my podcast was also something that people could get access to through email. And every week I would share, a podcast episode through email. Um, and yeah, I think we can keep it really simple. I actually think that the more we keep it simple, the more quality and value we can offer in our lead gen. And I also feel like we need to be really excited about what we're creating. We need to be really excited about what we're sharing with people. And again, just remembering that like we're always a few steps ahead of somebody. There's always somebody who needs to learn something that you know. And I know that a lot of people struggle with imposter syndrome. And then they just don't create anything. They just don't put anything out there because they think like, why, who am I to teach this thing? And I think as long as you've learned it and you've implemented it, you're free to teach it,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, okay. I think we should also mention that after you actually start, you have a couple of clients, then you need to get more, and you need to get like more types of projects, maybe levels of projects, more challenging projects, and then it comes, that idea about when you start, there's some stuff that you need to do that you can get benefits later, like the SEO, like when you write an article. Sometimes you
Right.
write an article about a specific problem and how to solve that problem, and
Right.
after 5 6 months, you can find it on Google, and everyone can reach that article. So when you
Right.
start, just write a couple of articles, make it like a consistent thing, like every week or every month, just write an article and keep it. It's like you're just trying to put some anchors so people later on can find you and come to you. I mean, emails are very quick. Sometimes
Yeah.
you get immediate replies. I mean, you can send 100 or 200 emails and you get 3 4 clients. This is great at the beginning, but
Right.
later on you need that automatic lead generation. So one would be the email. Two, at the
Yeah.
same time, we start writing articles, engaging with the community. Now we have an amazing tool. LinkedIn is great, Instagram is great. When you go and comment and engage and help people when they are asking questions is amazing. I mean, I don't have time to do that anymore. I still do it when I see like some posts. I really need to engage with that post. I really need it to help, and
Yeah.
and immediately the second day I get a meeting.
Right.
I'm sure that the profile matters. When you add more stuff, you talk about the topic. When you build your profile is amazing. But I don't remember like I got engaged in a very genuine and important post and I didn't get leads from it, and it's an amazing feeling because that lead, you're not going to convince that lead. They are already convinced. They want you to help them. And this is amazing because it's not about, you're sending a proposal and it's like they want you to help them. Yeah, like you are the one. So
Right.
it's very important. And then we go to social media awareness and all these stuff. We can talk about it later. But so one is we start email people. We can reach out to clients, connections. We can write some articles and do some webinars and then go to the awareness. Why the awareness is then maybe a bit harder because how much is hard to create real content and
Right.
engaging content for social media, and for every platform you have a different tone and voice.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point about taking time, especially at the beginning. So, at the beginning when we're in business, like we're so excited to be, further and like more successful and have a bigger business. But like you said, when we get there, we don't have time to do the things to like that really nurture a community. And so if you're just starting at the beginning, enjoy this time to really connect on a more intimate level with people and not just like throwing content out and not engaging with the people who are actually engaging with your content. And I do believe that even if you engage with less people, but you do with like one or two people really well, there's like a connection that happens there, and that's where things can actually start to grow. And then I think the other thing that's important to think about when you're creating any kind of lead gen is like what is worth automating and what is worth still doing manually or a little bit more um, intimately. So you want to automate the things that'll just be, let's say, sending out your content, but trying to keep some pockets of time to still do that human connection so that there's like, a link between your lead gen and the person reading it. Um, I've also found, because what happens at some point is like we have our community, right? The people who know us, and we kind of play in that field a lot, which is great. You want to like take care of your people. And then at some point, you have to start like kind of reaching outside of your community to get new people coming in. And there's actually a lot of resources or ways out there to help you do that. One that I really love is called Harrow, Help a Reporter Out. And you can sign up to it's literally like a bank of reporters who work every day looking for experts to talk about certain topics. And you can select your industry, and every day you'll get an email saying like, this reporter is looking for this reporter is looking for this. And then you can like write articles or get interviewed. And you don't need a million lead gens, really. If you have like a couple or even just one to start solid lead gen, one solid piece of content that's valuable, you can use that for a couple of months and just, instead of creating a bajillion lead gens, create one good one and instead get more of yourself out there in the world, through articles or interviews and stuff like that. I found that has really kind of grown my web of network in the last few years. I can't see, I can see the live, Jack, but if I put it on, I'm going to double here. So I don't know if there's comments or anything in the.
Yeah, there are actually comments. Talal said we must give our knowledge that we have to the next generation. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a kind of a lifestyle, and at the same time, whenever you are, just share information. It's not about information actually. It's about the again, I don't want to say value many times, but it's about the value that you give to people. What are you changing? What are you solving exactly? What are you doing to make this, the world a better place? I mean, your word. I'm not talking about, a superpower, but just, your word, the people that you are, you are there for some reason. People that you are talking to, your network, either you are teaching or you are talking to a client. I mean, and that leads me to the comment that Sareen shared. Imposter syndrome is something that we should get rid and just share and help people. Yeah, exactly. And when you do that, there's a misconception, when we're doing that, many people tell me that, okay, sharing information for free and providing solutions and doing webinars, this is not gonna bring you business. But it's the opposite. It's not like you are, you're not a nonprofit at the end. Your knowledge and your experience you're providing a value, and don't never think that the other part, the client, think that you should give that for free, or like everyone else is just doing that, or whatever. You are different. You are unique. And to make sure that you show that uniqueness is by posting and sharing knowledge, and at the same time focusing on a niche that makes you really like comfortable with yourself, because you're solving the right problem with the right solutions, and you're giving yourself a chance to grow. And then when you grow your business, you can have multiple lines, multiple niches, Yeah, that's really interesting because, you know, as if you look at the big companies, by the way, the large enterprises, the multinational companies, they do that. They already have a niche, and then
Yeah.
whenever they want to launch a new product, a luxury product, they create another company. You know, you can think of the cars, for example. A few people know that Lexus is Toyota. Many few people know that Infinity
I
is
know.
Nissan. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually they didn't want to break their niche. They didn't want to focus on like
Right.
just to sell everybody. So this is for everyone, and we have a luxury brand that is not related to us as branding, but it's actually the same company, and so
Right.
on. Mercedes has this, BMW has this. I'm talking about cars because these are the most obvious examples in the multinational enterprises. So why we as small enterprises we try to, you know, just work with everyone, and then we find out that we're just like anybody else. So we need to focus and have that niche, and it doesn't mean that you're, you know, divorcing all the other niches or not talking to other clients. Some clients might want to work with you just because you're focused, not because you're great at your niche. Because if you're doing, for example, I don't know, creating products or doing online designs or whatever, you're still a designer, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is very important when it comes to the syndrome, and just to feel that you are really, you know, giving value as you want it, and choosing who you want to work with. Like you have to be feel comfortable and feel happy helping people.
Yeah. And I want to add something to this that you said, I think last week, Jack, that's really important to remember is that all of us are just recycling things that we've learned. Every single entrepreneur is recycling knowledge. We're all like, it's not. So I think sometimes we get stuck with the imposter syndrome, particularly because we're like, oh, well, somebody's already talked about this. Like, why do I need to talk about this again? But I feel like every time someone reteaches something, they teach it from a different perspective, from their own energy, through their own values, and they teach it from their own why, like the why of which they're doing whatever they're doing. So it's important to not stop ourselves from creating content or anything or teaching anything just because someone else has already taught it. There's nobody on this planet who's teaching something that has never been taught. It's like impossible, right?
Yeah,
So you talked about that last week, and I feel like that's such an important point as well.
yeah, exactly. Someone in the chat, Ahmad says that nobody buying my SEO services. What should I do? Can you check my profile? Um, yeah, actually, you know, I remember when me or anyone like I worked with started, I remember that this is actually struggling at the point when you're not actually getting leads, but it's also an opportunity to have the time and focus and the will to help people without any, you know, without expecting any big return. I
Mm-hmm.
remember I did two projects. It was almost for free. I was I didn't have any experience. I was still graduated and working any, you know, having any job, not in my field. And I did an database system for a basketball school that is very well known. And I didn't care about the budget that they were saying. We want you to do this for this. We have this budget. I said okay. I didn't negotiate. I just wanted them as a reference, you know, because whenever I want to go to another client, they will tell me, okay, what clients did you work with and what achievements did you do and all this stuff. I mean, now it's different because we have all the, you know, awareness that we can do on social media to prove for clients that, you know, to improve our profile and prove that we are the right people to do to take their job. But you know, your clients are looking for value, are looking for solving their problems. So don't sell SEO services, don't sell websites, but sell results. You sell online presence, you sell visibility, you sell creative websites. I mean, creative brand through making the website, providing the results. I mean, if you tell me that I'm gonna take your company from this level to this level in 3 months, I
Right.
would buy that, you know. But if you tell me that I'm providing SEO services, then if I'm not in the field, I would ask you what is SEO services, you know, what do you do with that? So yeah, it's important that we focus on value. I hope it's clear now, the value part So,
Yeah.
and if I'm selling accounting systems, so I'm not selling systems. It's better to tell or to talk about how by organizing the accounting part, you can get more leads, you can improve your business, you can save time, you can decrease your, expenses. This is the point. This is why we do business, It's because
Yeah.
we want to improve, because we want to change the life of others, of our clients, of our team.
Right. And I think something also to ask ourselves when we're putting something out into the world and it's not quite getting, traction, is I think it's often just about like how, like you said, how we're communicating it to our potential clients. And the best thing that you can ask yourself is like, why does this matter? Why does my service matter to my client? And if you can answer that question in several different ways, like that's exactly what you need to tell your potential client, because they need to know, like, why does it matter to have a website? Why does it matter to have an SEO expert? And when they get it, they're going to be like, oh, okay, yes, now I understand why I need to invest in that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like the why, by the way. The why question tells a lot, because sometimes a client comes to you and tell you that I need a mobile app. The first
Yeah.
question I ask is why? Why do you
Right.
need a mobile app? What do you? Because some people literally like spend a lot of money and then they will end up not having any value added to their business. And then,
Yeah.
I feel guilty because I should have said that, this is
Right.
why I'm now a consultant, and I just have this consultancy in the first 1 hour without having any target or goal to have that client as a client. I'm always ready to say no. You don't need that. Jihan is asking also, is the problem of not having clients the way that we market ourselves and our personality and profile? Maybe Ahmed has no page on which he can share this expertise. Yes, Jihan, it's so true. Um, Actually, the profile, okay, sometimes some clients are desperate to find someone, and this is when you are lucky if you do something that no one does and you just share it on your profile. Yeah, this is amazing. But when you have competition, you need to stand out. So this is where you focus on a niche. So imagine if I'm doing SEO services for restaurants, and then someone is looking, and a restaurant owner is looking for SEO services. If I mention that I'm doing it for restaurants, he's not gonna go to another competitor or another profile. Okay,
Right.
so it's as simple as that. He or she will try immediately to contact me and desperately contact me because they believe that I'm the right person to do it. So yeah, doing the profile and focusing on a niche, adding the right keywords, engaging and posting regularly about the same topic, but not just repeating ourselves, but um, just trying to actually solve the problem in many different ways through posts would be
Yeah.
amazing. And this is how we build that profile, Jahan. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. I would also add to that, when and while you have time, get on calls with potential clients. Like, I think don't be scared to give away a little bit of your time. Get on calls with clients and just ask them questions. It's so helpful when you ask your potential client questions to get them thinking about, where they're at, what they need. And often through an actual like human conversation on a call with somebody, um, the conversion will be so much higher, and you'll better understand your client as well. Are you there? Okay.
Yeah, I got the connected.
Okay, sorry. My internet's being a bit weird here. We there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
yours or mine.
we're done anyway, but yeah, let's you were saying so.
I just got on my phone data here. I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was saying get on calls with people, ask questions. That's what I was saying. Don't be scared to be human. Don't be scared of humans. It's like everything went so online, and especially in the last few years, that it's like we forgot about how to just be and interact with other human beings. And that's where magic happens in business, is when you just talk with people, which is why we encourage people also to like tell us what you want to know, ask us questions. Like this is where we can actually get a step ahead and get more clarity on what we need. So.
Yeah, yeah. Jihan is saying also that last comment we can read, I guess. Um, so using our strong connections to promote our page as a plus in any industry. I'm in engineering and marketing. I know the struggle of not having clients or followers. Yeah, but this it needs time and needs really giving value. It takes time. If you're doing content, if you're doing webinars, if you're providing some lead magnet maybe to send to people and grow your community by sharing some presentations, solutions. It's about how much you can give, not how much you can get. This is so valid. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is amazing. For me, I think it's done. If you have any topics, please feel free to comment on the event page so we can get
Yeah.
the topics to the next session. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here and all the best for everyone. Jennifer, if you need to add something, please go.
Yeah, no, I think this has been really great. And I'm excited to go see kind of what people are sharing in the comments. Feel free to reach out to us also if you have any suggestions for topics. And we are excited to be back next week for you with a brand new topic around getting things done, doing things,
Yeah,
getting out of our comfort zone.
yeah. Okay, great. So see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.